Welcome everyone, it's Reekyracer here with you, and I am on Hunter Call of the Wild on the Patagonia map, and I was going to run through this main story missions just to show everyone how to get your trophy lodge. And as far as I'm aware, it takes about an hour to do the main story missions. So we've got the welcome to Parque Fernando. You come highly recommended as the warden to turn this slice of wild Patagonia into a world-class hunting reserve. Naturally, I expect you to hit the ground running, even though this is your first time here. So we've got to visit a lookout point and survey the area, claim an outpost, and harvest any animal except a puma. And as you can see with my map, because I've done a couple of live streams, I've actually picked up all the outposts, and I have also picked up the lookout tower, because normally you would start, I think you actually start just down in the lake here, and then you walk up to this first lookout point. Is this the first lookout point? No, I don't think this is actually the first area. I'm not actually sure where you actually are, over here. So we've got to go to that lookout point, so we'll fast travel over here, which is the very first area that you will come to, which has got your trophy lodge in it. As you can see there, it's all under construction. So we've claimed the outpost. Now we have to go and visit a lookout point and survey the area and harvest any animal except a puma. So as you can see, the arrow's there, 570 meters away. So we'll go for a walk down here. I should be set up 243, 7mm, 4570, and of course the trusty 454 pistol. Don't leave home without it. So we'll wander down here, and I will meet back up with you when I'm at the outpost. Okay, so we've just come across a couple of mule deer here. We've got a level 4 male mule deer here. So we will pull out the gun. 243. Alright, we'll go and run over there now. Okay, so after much running around, we've finally found our mule deer.
That will do. Our chef is a master. You'll gain a few kilos eating his food. One plate is never enough.
Alright, so it had...
You dribbled the ball this far down the field. Now, score the final goal.
So as I said, it had no integrity or anything, and we're about 800 meters from where we need to be. We were only 100 meters from the lookout tower when I shot that animal. But anyway, I will run back over that way, and I will meet you when I get there. Okay, so here we are. We're back at the lookout point again, and we'll head back up to the top here, and this will finish the first part of the quest off, which is welcome to Patagonia. Probably would have been easier to come to this and then go look for that mule deer, but it's the way it goes sometimes. As you can hear, there is a little bit of wind around, and we've got a warning call from a mule deer over there. You can see them all wandering through the field over there. Level 2, level 1, level 1. Nothing major. Got another level 3 coming out as well. But we'll head into here and finish this first quest off. And survey the area.
This place is my pride and joy, and you can see why. I name it for my husband, Fernando. May he rest in peace. Before he died, I made him a promise that this reserve, with all its abundance, would host the world's most elite hunters and feed the communities around it. Time to keep that promise. I've been hunting here since my husband bought the place all the way back in 1979. You may have heard I was a two-time back-to-back national champion in the 50-meter rifle, 3 positions. I know guns. I know game. And my park nourishes the biggest, most exquisite free-range stags you'll ever hunt. World records are set here. Some of them belong to me. If you're as good as I'm paying you to be, maybe you'll set some records yourself. But let's not cut this torta before it's baked. We've got a lodge to build, outposts to open, wilderness to explore. And if you see anything strange along the way, come straight to me and me alone. Loyalty is very, very important to me. My park is a paradise, but sometimes the disloyal people who work here have mala leche. You know, tough luck. Hear that? Time for esposas y jefas. Telenovelas are my only vice. Simona's going to find out the identity of her biological father. Is it Gaston or Facundo? It better be Facundo, que churro. Gaston and his lies can be trusted. No, no, no. We have a saying here, the truth is in the Milanesa, which is to say, proof is in action. And so far, you are proving worthy of your reputation. Bravo! Now, head up to the lodge site, mark on your hunter mate. Once the lodge is complete, we can officially open Parque Fernando to the hunters of the world.
Alright, so as far as I know, got to travel up to this lodge here. It's not going to let me... Yes. Well, fast travel up there because I already have it.
No news on the identity of Simona's father yet. But the lodge crew sends their gratitude for that game you harvested. They can't wait to barbecue it. And hello, it looks like you've reached the lodge.
Well, hello.
We still have a lot of work to do here. There are water pipes in place, but no power system. I may need your help with that later. And once the place is built, we'll need to furnish it and fill it with trophies to impress our guests.
Okay.
One part of the lodge that is finished, and has been for a while, is my archery range. Have you seen it?
No. Visit the archery range. Well, we'd better visit the archery range.
Start by having a look inside the hunting blind and the hunting tower. To the left, if you are facing the range. These are the same models you'll be installing throughout the reserve.
Okay. And now we have to go into the tall one here as well. And now we can exit. And
Want a little hunt? Step onto the shooting platform and hit a bullseye on one of the targets. Yes, I know, the range is set up for archery, but if you don't have a bow, it's my range, my rules. Use a gun if you want, I do it all the time.
Okay then, if you say.
how you hit the mark. But as shots go, that was an easy one. If you want real challenges, over the years, I've set up targets all over this park, perfect to test your skills. Think you can match my greatest hits shot for shot? Just look for the stone circles on the ground as you explore.
Okay, so that is building blocks complete.
Back to business. My friend Juliana runs a travel agency that specializes in hunting and fishing expeditions. This week she's bringing in a party of influential hunters to build excitement before we open to the public. One look at our red stacks and they'll be telling all their friends to hunt at Parque Fernando. We want to greet this party with a proper feast, and the chef has requested fresh game for the occasion. A blackback or an axis deer. There are plenty in the region around the lodge, so go out and hunt one for us, will you? Pardon me, my show is back on.
Okay, so we've got to go out and harvest a blackbuck or axis deer. She reckons there's plenty around here, so we'll go and have a bit of a look, see what we can find, I suppose. We go and change the time because it is 5:45.
Still no word on Simona's father. I envy you, out in the wild while I sit in this office living through a screen. I miss the serenity of hunting. I'd be out there with you, but arthritis, it ruined my shooting. I had my time. A two-time back-to-back national champion can't complain. But she can live vicariously through you, can't she?
Alright, we'll change the time. Put it all the way back to 7 AM. And we'll go for a bit of a hunt. Axis deer or blackbuck. Look at that, the wind's changed into that direction, so we'll go and wander out here, see what we can find. Okay, so I've just shot an axis deer just here. I actually forgot to hit record, but yeah, got a couple of good shots into it, and it did actually die. The area has gone purple, so I'll go and run after it now that I know it is dead. And we'll pick it up, and that will complete that part of the quest. Before I pick it up, I will actually show you where I shot it, just so that you know we're not all that far. Well, as you can see, we're just on the lake to the east of the lodge, which is this big lake here. So here's an axis deer here, and yeah, that was where I shot it. So we pretty much walked out of the outpost down to this lake here, so not that far at all. It's only sort of 800 meters from the outpost. We'll pick that up.
Axis deer, perfect. It may sound easy to grill venison backstrap and serve it with chimichurri sauce. But our chef makes no ordinary chimichurri. Pair that with a 2014 Mendoza Malbec and your mouth will go to heaven. But don't get too hungry yet, because this meat is for our guests. There's a shed at the location marked on your hunter mate. Bring the game there and lock it up to keep the predators out.
Okay, so we have to take the meat to a shed, which is 1.4 kilometers away. So if we look on the map, it will be to the north, which will be this outpost here. Luckily for me, we can fast travel.
You won't believe it! Young Simona took the DNA test to see who was her father, Facundo the Churro or Gaston the Lying Dog. The results? Neither man was the father. Simona's search starts anew. This show always gets me with the twists. Whew, my heart.
Okay, she's watching.
See the shed? Place your game in there. Hang it up on the hook and lock the door.
And there we go.
Work, thank you. It's too bad we don't have cold storage here, or you could stockpile meat for the future. Running a refrigerator on generator power would cost me a fortune in petrol. We'll need a better power source soon.
So there you go. You can't actually shut the door, even though she says shut the door. But there is.
When we have that power and the whole park is up and running, you will lead groups like this VIP hunting party. For now, I will assign the party to someone else while you prepare the reserve for their arrival. For example, we want our guests to have some easy fun when they get here. What's more fun than a duck hunt? We have beautifully plumed cinnamon teal. I see them all the time at Lago Perón. All it takes is some decoys and a collar to bring in a whole flock. Go to Lago Perón and set up decoys for the incoming party.
Okay. So now we have to go to pardon me. Lagano. Yeah. Lago Perón. So we've got to pretty much walk up there. Go to the west shore. I'm not sure if we have to take anything with us, but we'll see how we go. We'll go for a run. Okay, so I've just taken out a 7 very hard. I actually forgot to hit the record button again. Sitting here talking away to myself and realised it wasn't turned on. So we'll go down here. I pretty much took him out. He ran probably 5 steps and dropped. Took him with the 7mm and he was a 7 very hard. We'll see how we go when we get there. Here's his blood spatter here. That was a decent shot. Vital hit, and yeah, like I said, ran a couple of spots and dropped over. So decent rack on him. And he was a silver 770, only because I had 80% consecs. That were 100, he probably would have been a gold, low gold, maybe, or high silver anyway. But anyway, not bad, 167, so decent little rack on him there. Now, we've got to just come down here about another 80 meters. I think there is a puma down there throwing out a mating call, so... And as you can see, there's cinnamon teal flying out of the lake here. And here we are. So I'll just go and grab these need and feed zone, or need zone I should say, for the cinnamon teal. And set up decoys. Okay.
I trust you place those in a natural grouping. Thank you.
And there you go. So we now have a decoy set up.
Now we have an urgent problem. The fan belt on the generator that powers the lodge site is busted. Perhaps it was sabotaged by an energy salesman. I'll worry about that. You worry about getting the power back on so the crew can continue working.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we are a long way from the nearest hardware store, but as we say, lo atamos con alambre. You know, improvise, like MacGyver. Try salvaging a fan belt from the site marked on your hunter mate. That's an old excavator left behind by a mining operation decades ago.
Okay, will do. So we'll just leave that, and we've got to go 1.29 kilometers up the road, which is fairly close to this outpost here. So I will just fast travel. Come out here, we're only 350 meters away, so we'll run down to this next pit and salvage a fan belt off an old excavator that's meant to be down here in the scrub somewhere.
You are now near the first site where I plan to build the lodge, but my nephew convinced me to select a more central location. He was right, I think, but it's more difficult to get supplies to the middle of the reserve. Case in point, now.
Well, that's right. There we are, the old excavator sitting in the scrub.
You should see the excavator soon. I could have it removed, but there's something I like about it. It represents the failures of those who would have destroyed this place, had Fernando and I not rescued it from them. Pelotudos. Their loss is our gain. See if you can salvage an appropriate fan belt.
Okay.
You got the belt? Re buena. Vamos. Back to the lodge.
Back to the lodge. So we've got to travel back to the lodge, which is 3.43 kilometers, which I am not going to run all that way. We will fast travel. I'd suggest if you can get a friend to jump on and fast travel around their map.
How are your mechanical skills? Can you fix it yourself?
Of course I can, love. But I would suggest have a friend help you with getting all your lodges unlocked. Install the fan belt. So we've got to come over here to install the fan belt. Flip the switch inside or outside.
Let there be. ¿Qué? Busted again? Mala leche. Yo estoy en el horno.
Okay, well our fix didn't really fix anything.
Tranquila, Carolina, tranquila. This isn't your fault.
Oh, from the reception desk?
It's my fault. The silver lining is that now we have no choice but to set up a more sustainable power source. I wanted solar power, but let me tell you, wind turbine salespeople are persistent. This one guy claims he can save me packs of cash.
Okay.
Personally, I don't think there's enough wind here. Neither does Vicente. For the sake of due diligence, can you test this salesman's claims? Collect the wind gauges at the front of the lodge.
Front of the lodge? Okay. Front of the lodge? Really? 550 odd kilometers away, and it's like 7 p.m. again.
Set the wind gauges at the locations marked on your hunter mate.
Okay, so we're just about to the test location where the salesman put these wind turbine markers. So we'll go and have a look and see what they actually say up on top of this hill. And
we need to leave these gauges up for a while before you can collect the data. You've been working hard. Treat yourself to a hand. There's plenty of game in the region. See what you can find.
harvest an animal in the region marked on your hunter mate. Okay, so any of these two regions. Well, we might just go back to the lodge. I'll reset the time for daytime because this nighttime hunting is not conducive for videos. This is the lodge. I don't want to be in the lodge. I want to go to the house. And we'll set it back again for 7 AM, see what happens. 20 past 7 anyway. Now. Oh. So I just said harvest an animal in the region, so doesn't matter what animal it is. Where are we? We might as well walk this way, see what we can find. Okay, so I've got an axis deer here. And down it goes. So that will be our animal to shoot for the mission.
Well done. You bagged yourself a trophy just in time to collect that wind gauge data. Head back to the gauges.
Okay, so there you go, 705 silver, level 2, 160 was the trophy rating, and middle neck, as you can see there. Not a bad shot. Now we have to go and retrieve the data from the wind gauges, which is up here, so we'll fast travel back. And now we have to head 560 meters over this way. I'll run over there, and when I get there, I'll see you then. Okay. Well, I don't see anything out here. I'm sorry. Let's...
Do you see the solar panels? No? I hope some boludo pilot didn't screw up the drop. My nephew marked the plane's flight path on your hunter mate. Search that area, find those panels. I haven't been to church since the 80s, but I'm praying to St. Anthony that you find those missing panels. Don't give up. You have to be getting close.
Okay, so it says it's over here, so we'll jump back on our bike and go for a ride 500 meters down the road. Looks like this might be a bit of a wild goose chase. Let's see how we go. Okay, so it looks like the solar panels are just here, which is good to see.
You found my solar panels? Whew, maybe St. Anthony did the trick after all. I'll send a crew to that location to retrieve them.
Okay.
Sounds like everything is there except for some cabling, which probably blew further, of course. The winds must resent that we are going solar, but they might also point us in the right direction. My nephew marked an area on your hunter mate where he thinks you should look.
Okay, so we've got to go 830 meters down the road.
We had an account with this freight company for years. Whoever this drunken mess of a pilot is, missing his drop by whole kilometers, he's finished. We'll see to that.
It's a bit harsh, love.
There were missing packages you can be part of, unlike our pilot. We don't have time to wait. I want you to shoot that package down, and hopefully nearby, Water Buffalo won't charge you. I promise you, Che, this pilot, this pelotudo, is going to pay for putting you at risk like this.
It looks like we have to shoot this down, do we?
Wait until the Water Buffalo disperse, or find a way to disperse them yourself before you retrieve the package.
Wow, where's the water buffalo?
You've got it. See, This is the last piece we need to power up the lodge. Get back there and do the honors.
Okay. So we can actually go back to the lodge. We'll fast travel back.
You can install that cabling by the solar panels. My nephew says it should be a simple plug-in.
Okay, so up onto the roof scaffolding here.
Let's hope this works. Ave Maria, it works! Parque Fernando can finally open to the public.
Very nice.
Che, my beloved Fernando is smiling down on us. You know, he and I planned to open this place all the way back in 1983, but then he died. And one thing after another got in the way of opening. I had a family to pull together, businesses to run. Everybody doubted me, doubted I could manage it all without Fernando. Every time I spent money to improve the park, his boludos brothers laughed and called me Doña Quixote. Too bad none of them live to see this day. If I am Quixote, you are my panza. And by opening this park, we have fought a giant and won. But this is only the start of our adventures together, Che. For one thing, we need to put finishing touches on this lodge. I am the patroness for a local artisan, goes by Mad. He's not your ordinary taxidermist, more of a miracle worker with flesh and bones. He can turn most any deer hide into the softest rack imaginable, exactly what we need for our lodge. Harvest a mule deer or a red deer, and I'll have Mad make a world-class rack. World-class.
Okay, so we have the missions up to the certain point. Now we actually have to harvest a mule deer or a red deer, but we might leave that for this episode today, and we will carry on again. So thank you all for joining me. Make sure if you do like my video, hit that like button, and also if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. There is also links in the description below my video for all my friends. There is Reekyracer, Non-Inspirational Gaming, Sean Johns, Jaxie Beard, Zaggy DK, and Flinter the Hunter. There is descriptions for all those guys down below. They all do great hunting content. And until next time, bye.